It's getting cold in here today. It's a bit cold. Is it cold where you are? Well, my shoulders are cold. And wonder why that is. Well, it's because I heard someone the other day talk about getting a cold shoulder. And I was wondering what that felt like. So I put ice packs here on my shoulders. How are your shoulders doing? Are they cold today? Probably not, because you're probably not wearing ice packs on your shoulders. And I am. Well, okay, I guess it's my fault. Well, I have a question. Did you ever hear the phrase to give someone the cold shoulder? Well, what does it mean to give somebody the cold shoulder? Does it mean that we place ice packs on their shoulders like I'm doing now? Well, probably not. If someone gives you the cold shoulder, it means that they're deliberately not being friendly with you or they're ignoring you. To give someone the cold shoulder these days to ignore somebody and not be friendly to them. Phrases like this: she thinks that you started that rumor about her. That's why she's been giving you the cold shoulder all day long. Or you might hear someone say, something's happened and I don't know what it is, but he's been giving me the cold shoulder. Or you might hear someone say about Susan. Susan found that she was getting the cold shoulder from a lot of people she thought were her friends. Have you ever had the cold shoulder given to you? I hope not, but it's likely that we all have experienced it from time to time where somebody has ignored us, and maybe we've even said it felt like we've been given the cold shoulder. So, what is the origin of this phrase to give the cold shoulder? Well, this phrase comes from the old tradition of giving visitors a warm meal. This was, and still is in many cases, a good way to welcome visitors into your home by giving them a meal. And in olden days, if you wanted to welcome someone to your home, you might prepare a large meal, a feast. And roasted meat was often a common dish served in those old large meals. In medieval England, after the feast was over, the host would signal to his guests that it was time for them to leave by giving them a slice of cold meat from the shoulder of the beef, of the lamb, or of the pork. And it was regarded as a civilized and polite gesture. My shoulders are sliding. Now, there are some people who say that that practice did evolve into the serving of a cold shoulder of meat to tiresome guests, and it was a sign that they should leave. They had worn out their welcome. So, the practice of giving a cold shoulder first was a very generous way of saying, okay, our evening is over, everyone is free to go, and here's your parting gift. But it turned into the practice of giving the cold shoulder of meat as a sign to somebody that they were no longer welcome. Their presence was tiring and it was time for them to leave. And so that's where the phrase giving the cold shoulder came, and how we use it today to reference being rude or mean to people, to give someone the cold shoulder. You know, being rude or mean to people sounds rather sad, doesn't it? Do we like mean or rude people? No, not really. Do we want to be mean or rude people? Oh, I hope not. So what do we do? How can we show kindness to all people? Well, Scripture has some good advice for us. In Proverbs 15:1, it says, a gentle answer turns anger away, but mean words stir up anger. A gentle answer turns anger away. So talking with kindness is a good way to not give somebody the cold shoulder. Ephesians 4:32 says, be kind and tender to one another. Galatians 6:10 says, so when we can do good to everyone, let us do it. Let's try even harder to do good to the family of believers. And Jesus said in Luke 6:35, love your enemies, do good to them, lend to them without expecting to get anything back. Then you will receive a lot in return, and you will be children of the Most High God. He is kind to people who are evil and not thankful. So Jesus was telling us to be kind even to people who can give us the cold shoulder, even to people who are mean and rude to us and who may be ignoring us and saying, go away, you're no longer welcome here. Remember what Proverbs 15:1 says, a gentle answer turns anger away. So a blessing to them would be a good thing. And that's what Jesus was saying when he challenged us to love our enemies and to do good. Even when they're not being good to us, we can still be good to them. We can show the love of God to all people, even to those who give us cold shoulders. Well, I hope that you've learned a bit about cold shoulders today. I'm realizing that I probably don't need to wear these ice packs on my shoulders, since that's not really what cold shoulder is talking about. But it was an experience, and my shoulders are getting very cold. So I think I'm going to drink my coffee, and I'm going to wish you a day filled with peace, and a day filled with kindness, and all good things that come from God. And please, don't give anybody the cold shoulder today. And if they give you the cold shoulder, just walk away and be kind. Have a day filled with peace.